Kris, what did you like about the way your team was able to kind of get through some muddy track early in the game and push through and ultimately win tonight?
I thought overall we played a pretty good game. I think there was a lot of adversity that we self-inflicted adversity. Obviously the penalties were not ideal. The amount of time we were penalty killing made it hard, especially for our trying to generate some offense. But obviously in the long run, it looks good for us that we were able to fight through all that and still come out with a victory tonight. But I just thought tonight, ultimately, we just made it harder on ourselves than it had to be.
And like your goaltender played a pretty big role, especially in the second period, keeping you guys in. How'd you see it?
Yeah, Stu was great. He made some really big saves there to allow us to make that comeback. I've been very happy with this game tonight.
Kris, can you take us through Leon's night there? I mean, obviously, a second game in a row where he takes a penalty like that, ends up coming back and scoring the OT winner, setting the other one up. It was kind of a up and down, but he came through in the end there.
Absolutely. Our best players really came up clutch. With the game tying goal, Leon makes a play on the wall. McDavid makes the pass. Bush scores, and then obviously the game-winning goal. Those guys are on the ice again, so we needed those guys to make key plays, the key moments, and they definitely did tonight. And that's what we need if you're going to be successful. Your best players usually have to be your best.
You made a line change there and rolled past Leon a couple of times. Looks like he sat a couple of shifts 5-on-5, I imagine, because of the penalty. Just can you take us through that and maybe the importance of just some accountability in those moments, if that's what it was?
I think tonight as a group we took some penalties that we didn't need to take. I don't know what the total was, 7 or 8 tonight. If we're going to have success, we obviously have to stay out of the penalty box, and our penalties kill is going to come up clutch and kill penalties at a better rate than they are right now. We know that's going to happen, but we just got to ultimately stay out of the penalty box and play our game, make it easier on ourselves so we can play on the attack, play on 5-on-5, or even be drawing penalties.
Kris, do you feel you have clarity on what is or isn't goaltender interference?
Well, I saw the goal that got disallowed today in the Vancouver game. I thought that was very similar. I guess to answer your question, no, I don't.
How if you're willing to share, how detailed an explanation do you get in game from an official?
No, I didn't ask for much. They make their decision. We'll move on. I know there'll be some communication. I'm sure Stan will get some clarity on that. But, we'll just move on.
Kris, since your team dropped the puck on the season, how would you describe the last 7 days leading up to the first victory here tonight? How would you describe that process?
Well, I think we're just, getting a little more focused, a little more ramping up our intensity. You saw the emotion in the third period. The couple fights. It came back when it came back 2-2 in the second period. You could see how fired up the building was, and obviously the bench. And you can't just show up and play. It's an emotional game, and tonight we had it, and it definitely helps you.
Kris, the Henrique and Brown have been pretty consistent, I think, through the first 3 games tonight. They both get rewarded with goals. What have you liked about that duo specifically, and then maybe as a trio by adding Skinner there?
Yeah, our left wingers have fluctuated. They've been up and down. We maneuvered those guys. The centermen and right wingers have been pretty consistent. But, those two have, they're Brownie and Rico, their history goes back a long time ago. I think the first time they played together was World Championship, many years ago. And then last year when those two were on a line, Janmark was part of that. I'm not sure what the chemistry is, but obviously there is some of it. Skinner's been up and down. I thought he had an outstanding game the night before against Calgary. I thought that was his best game. Tonight, I thought he was good again. Unfortunately, with the amount of penalties, has reduced his ice time. But again, I thought that was another strong game where he's built into what we expect from him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but there is definitely something between those two.
And the Stetcher to step up against a bigger guy in Couturier, but just his overall play. Can you kind of talk about what you've seen from Stetcher since coming in the lineup, and then specifically that play to seem to kind of jumpstart your team?
He's a fighter. He's not a fighter, it's drop the mitts fighter, but he's just a guy who battles hard. And we saw that last year. He didn't get in many games because of coming in here as a seventh defenseman and also the injury that he had. But we saw it in practice in the few games that he played. He battles. He doesn't take anything lightly. And tonight, obviously felt that their player may be taking liberties on our goaltender. He felt that he needed to do something, and he did. And obviously, it created a lot of energy within the building and for our team.
The power play has started the season on a bit of a slump, but tonight it generated a lot more. Still not on the score sheet, but what did you see from that group from your vantage point?
Looked good tonight. The way they're passing around, the shots that they took. There wasn't much. They clogged it up, made it tough to get shots through, especially up top from Bouchard. But fired away, and once everyone feeling it and getting some rhythm, that's when the goals will come. And tonight I thought was a good start.